Greetings, everybody. That's right. We've got Tuesday. And not only that, it is Valentine's Day. So, even if you're not with somebody, just say happy Valentine's Day to them. It might make their day. It might make their week. Could make their whole year. Valentine's is kind of fun. It's a made-up holiday, Hallmark holiday. I mean, there was an actual guy, but yeah, he was doing weddings illegally or something. Anyway, the whole point is to, share the love. And if you have a love, somebody that's close to you, make sure that you celebrate them on this day. It's important. And for those of you still looking for love, well, it probably is right around the corner. Who knows? I know this. It's the middle of February. I'm halfway through my month of, my dry month. Which means come 1st of March, I'm going to enjoy that first glass of wine. With that being said, let's say hi to each and every one of you. Thank you for being here this morning on this wonderful Tuesday. Oh, Tuesday tirade a little bit later today with myself and Tom. Then probably Mr. H Reviews has a show, and then it's onward and upward from there. As always, Tuesday's kind of busy. I didn't even think about that. I need to get outside and do some building too. Got to get the DIY channel videos going for you guys. Anyway, hi. Okay, let's say hi. We got Mephisto's movie reviews out there. Captain Phantom Nerd, of course. Master Shadow Dragon. Matt G. We got Peter Graves in the house. There's my mod, Darren Hughes. Good to see you, my friend. Cat Sith. Hello. Hello indeed. Vince Womax's greetings and salutations. Let's see. Morgan King is here. What's going on? And let's see. Oh, Pinochet's helicopter tours has arrived. Do not take one of those tours, folks. It's a trap. We've got Dragon Master 360 in the house, as well as Y Destroyer 3466V. Rod Thunderheart is joining us as well. The Union of the Snake. Of Amateur Strategists is here. Good to see you. And, of course, the Bad Cap. Good to see you, my friend. Josiah Robinson is in the house, and so is Just Another Red Shirt. Hail, Mr. Shirt, one of the amazing mods here on the channel. Low Spec Linux Laptop is joining us as well, and there's Dapper Bard Games. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Randall Orser is here. Happy Singles Discrimination Day. No, it is Valentine's Day. I'm not discriminating. Hey, look, it's good to be discriminating. I mean, you should be discriminating in all things. You should, evaluate things and decide whether or not they're the best fit for you. That's that kind of discriminating. But what's interesting is, you can just say Happy Valentine's Day to anybody, and it's okay. It really is. I'll hurt you. Let's see who else is out there. We got Shrap 3D in the house. There's Curtis D of Montana. Good to see you, Curtis. We've got Scott Cook in the house. What's on the agenda? Lots and lots. Plus, we got bonus time today because we got some stories that we can cover after the 6-minute daily. Let's see. I think I already said hi to Critizable, the Rainbow Knight. But if I didn't, there it is. And of course, we've got the Cheese Factor. Guagnar is here. So is Midnight Mike. Who else snuck in the door? Oh, Horny Elf is here. Hello. Ho! What's going on? Let's see. Sean E. Step is here. What's up? We've got Channel Surf. What is going on, Channel Surf? Best mustache on YouTube, by the way. Hey, Tien Faludo. Let's see. Yeah, the guy gave little cut pieces of parchment hearts to people in the Roman Empire. You know what that heart signifies? I probably shouldn't do that on YouTube. Oh my gosh, we gotta go. Wow, I was chatty. Oh, we got Hank VP in the house. Good to see you. Tender Warrior 68. The Red Ranger. What brand of underwear do scientists wear? Calvin Klein. John Cipola's out there. D. Bud Martin. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Commander Ed Straker of Shadow. Look, it's Soldier Spirit. What's going on? Oh, yeah. Slow Jam 6 minutes of news starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We've got a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in. Although we're going to add some bonus time at the end of the stream. So I'm really excited about that. I like this idea on Tuesdays and Thursdays of doing some bonus. Well, we don't know how long it'll last. Maybe 15 minutes, maybe a half an hour, maybe an hour and 20 minutes. You never know. I don't know. We'll see how long we go today. Let's get started, though, with our story starting here. When you have an unelected leader leading your country, and you have industries that are collapsing around you and strikes going on everywhere, and you happen to be a movie producer or, television producer, any kind of producer, you're really bumming out because you don't know what you're going to get. And right now, the UK government is only doling out $600 million to film and TV for their restart scheme after the global crisis. And speaking of a global crisis, thank you, Pinochet's helicopter tours for $2. In the end, I got my way. CC extended his show. You did. You won, my friend. You won. Moving on, of course, we've got Deadpool 3 with another casting announcement. Somebody from The Crown. This is Emma Corrin. She's landing a lead role, a lead female role, in this film. So imagine that she will, she'll be rather important because, that's the new nature of things. You've got, super cuck. I mean, Penn Badgley goes deeper on swearing off racy scenes. Talk about a cuck bucket. This guy is dripping with male feminist vibes, and I am not down for this show anymore. You used to be fantastic. Now I anticipate it'll be terrible. And not just because it's missing sex scenes, but because of this guy. Ted Lasso's coming back, though. For those of you looking forward to season 3, the teaser trailer just dropped, and so did the premiere date, which looks like it'll be Wednesday, March 15th. That's right. Exciting for those of you that enjoy the show. Netflix is removing Arrested Development, though, according to the streamers. Intentions, they will remove all their original seasons and all their shared seasons, and that'll be that. I wonder why, and I wonder where it's going. Of course, when they acquired this originally from 20th Century, anything they produced was going to be theirs. So I don't know why they're pulling their own stuff, but hey, it is what it is. You got Yellowstone star Kevin Costner unboxing his Golden Globe because he couldn't make it to the show because of the flooding around Santa Barbara, I guess. I wasn't aware of any of that. But he did it from sitting on top of his bed, so you know how impassioned he was about this award. Made it to the bedroom. Whoa. Anyway, you got All-American Shocker. Well, not really. Taye Diggs is departing the CW drama. He was written out of the script on the February 13th episode, and about half the audience is going to disappear. Not that there was a big audience for any CW show, but this is one of their biggest, and this is their biggest star that they had. So see you later, Taye. Sorry. By the way, All-American Season 1 was okay. After that, fell off a cliff. We've got, the APAI breaking down. That's right. It keeps reposting stories. Bonker time. I mean, multiple stories have been reposted multiple times with exactly the same thing. You don't think that the news is scripted? Well, there it is. Anyway, moving on from that, of course, we had the Super Bowl averaging about 113 million viewers. It's the third most watched in history, and it's the biggest in 6 years. So it's been a while. Seems like when you dive into identitarian life, you lose a lot of traction with normal folks. I wonder why. Although Rihanna was there to save the day, right? No, it was just the most expensive pregnancy announcement in the history of man. And very, very poorly received because her lip syncing wasn't even of quality. But there were some things that were received, like symbolism. Yeah, if you can see down there, you see that? She's throwing up the DDP sign, right? Nope. Some of you might recognize what that is. That's what you didn't see on television, folks, but everybody in State Farm Stadium did. You have U.S. inflation slowing to 6.4%. I love how they phrase this. This is terrible. 6.4% is terribly high. Still incredibly high. We need less than 3% inflation to even be considered good. This is terrible.com, and it is stripping away the value of your money. Speaking of that, 18% drop since 2020 in people reporting medical debt. Do you know why? Well, it's not going to appear in this article. No. It's because people couldn't go to the hospital to get treated for things they didn't know that they had. They couldn't get seen for symptoms that might lead them to have medical debt, like cancer and things like that. Of course, we'll ignore that. But Ohio, at least, is going to trying to protect kids by forcing parents to approve whether or not they can have social media on their devices. You have T-Mobile reporting outages across the country, and you have Elon Musk apparently rumored to be buying Man U, for those of you that are football fans. And finally, the last story of the day, a Polish mother of 7 successfully gives birth to twins. For those of you counting out there, that's 12 kids. And she's young. She's got 2 sets of twins already. Man, talk about a happy Valentine's. Yikes. Anyway, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. Don't forget, we got bonus time coming up after the stream. And until next time, well, actually just a couple minutes. Bye!
Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.
Once again, folks, just remember, we're not done. These wonderful human beings and have on display all of their affection for me and my channel because they're members. Of course, if you're a subscriber, you already express your affection just by being a subscriber. But these people have a lot of affection for me on Valentine's Day. Well, and every other day of the year. So thank you to all of my members and my mods. I would not be what I am without my mods. I would have little bots running all over the place, suggesting that you go visit websites that are of questionable repute. So Tuesday Tirade is later today with me and Tom from Midnight's Edge. And then, Midnight's Edge After Dark, and Need Radio 1, Need Radio 2, Midnight's Edge Archives, Midnight's Edge Espanol, and all the other places he is. And then I might be hanging out with Tom and Mr. H on his channel. Kind of excited about that. And I'm not going to say see you, because we're not done. No. We're going to get started with the cleanup now. You guys ready? This is what I call bonus time. You guys are incredible. I want to say thank you to all of you. The support has been amazing. We've got 55 of you live in the chat. Most of you only count on about, the 12 and a half minutes that we go on the norm. But on Tuesdays and Thursdays, when I have the time available, I'm going to extend the show. There is a lot to talk about. There are news stories I can't possibly cover. I try to break down the headlines and everything in the 6-minute daily for everybody. But, go through it, give my perspective, or maybe just give you the actual straight up news. But I will tell you this, there are stories I can't cover in 6 minutes that are far more important or more interesting, that aren't giving the kind of coverage that they absolutely deserve. So with that in mind, I am here to do that for you today. Hey, AJ, good to see you, AJ. We got a lot of folks rolling in here now, including Ruben Christopher Haynes. I hope you're feeling better, my friend. I'm always praying for you, bud. But we've had a lot of strange things afoot at the Circle K, and that's right. Thank you, 6. I hope you're feeling better there. But we have some fun stuff. Like, okay, first and foremost, I want to say, if you guys got a chance to catch me, and not a lot of you did, but thank you for those of you that did on the gaming channel, I did play Hogwarts Legacy, right? And by the way, it's a great game. A lot of other people have been playing it. I was even able to load it onto my Steam Deck. All right. And it actually plays just like it does on my high-end machine. So for those of you with a Steam Deck and you have your Proton updated already, you're probably going to have a phenomenal experience with the game. But I just wanted to say it does run on the Steam Deck. So there you go. We've got, of course, all the stories behind the stuff going on with Hogwarts, Hogwarts Legacy, the game. Now, I'm gonna tell it like it is. I've only encountered frame rate bogging when I've been streaming. Everywhere else it doesn't exist. You're not going to get that. You're going to get a fairly clean gameplay on the Steam Deck, which is again, it's not super powered, but it is running the game well. And you actually don't even have to load it, I guess, on the Steam Deck. You can play it because you've already bought it on Steam. You can actually play it there without downloading it while, I guess, streaming it, which is weird. I didn't try to do that. I just downloaded it on there. But the game itself is phenomenal. And the amount of guff that J.K. Rowling is taking for this is undeserved. First of all, she had nothing to do with the game development. She didn't even do the story. It's just based on her material. And, you know, she basically has had to come out and say, look, you know, I'm flabbergasted that I'm being attacked for things I didn't really say. And again, there's another article coming out of Deadline, and this article could be anywhere, to be honest with you. It doesn't matter where it's coming from. She just claims that her statements on transgender women have been profoundly misunderstood. She talked about it in a podcast recently. And, you know, this story opened this morning on Deadline. Great Valentine's gift for all of us. But apparently J.K. Rowling says, she really didn't mean, people are taking it the wrong way. So we'll read the story. It says Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling, whose statements on transgender people have drawn widespread criticism over the years as transphobic. And there's those wonderful words, phobes, you know, all that stuff. If you start throwing those words around, you are out of arguments. Just name calling is not a way to go about things. But anyway, including from some of Potter Films franchise's biggest stars, now says her viewpoint has been profoundly misunderstood. Yes, her viewpoint is pretty clear. She said, like, I never set out to upset anyone. However, I was not uncomfortable with getting off my pedestal. There you go. Rowling goes on to say that when people on social media say you've ruined your legacy, oh, you could have been beloved forever, but you choose to say this, she thinks you could not have understood me more profoundly. Well, there you go. What's interesting is she is being described as this word, TERF. TERF stands for trans exclusionary radical feminist. I will agree. She is a radical feminist. She always has been. But she is pro-woman and biological woman. And, you know, she's not been my favorite human being on the planet outside of the wonderful works of fiction that she wrote that, you know, brought a lot of people cheer and joy, you know, just because the escapism that they presented. And believe me, you know, she did a great version of Star Wars with Harry Potter. But at the same time, you know, you can be at odds with your politics and whatever you create or write. A lot of people have been. But she created something lovely in a world that a lot of people escaped to and enjoyed that escapism. And going after her and going after a game which she had nothing to do with was pretty silly. And that, you know, that actually just, you know, continues to happen, but it didn't work. This is the least effective boycott in history. And Six is right. She will be beloved forever. Shrap does not like her. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, they are going straight up insane, cats. In fact, we're going to talk about that. They couldn't have been more wrong. They overestimated their power. They have none. It's a tiny little fractional bit of humanity that are reeing all over the place. Why do I say they have no power? Well, this Hogwarts Legacy is the top 4 best-selling games on Steam, and it hits new peak player count. Yeah, if you go and you look, because you can do this if you have a Steam account. If you go and look, there's a huge number of people playing this game in real time. And again, it's based on her world, but she didn't write this game. You know, and again, there have been arguments made that there is a quote unquote trans character in the game. I've yet to encounter them. Not that I would care, but it's not going to be a moment that I'm going to dwell on. A lot of people just want to dwell on that little tiny bit of the scrap. That's the other problem. Most people aren't looking at this the right way. They're not looking at, well, they give us this representation thing. Yeah, you got a little check in your box. You got a scrap. You satisfied with scraps, repurpose things. Why? Well, because there's nothing more to it than that. You know, what you identify as isn't a personality. It isn't a defining element of your character. It's just an immutable, if that's what you believe. That's it. You know, just like I can't change the pallor that I have outside of tanning, right? I can't really do that, or heavy use of makeup. You know, I can't control what my melanin in my skin does any more than you can. So why would I look for something like that, something immutable in anything to identify with? I don't have to. I mean, one of my favorite Star Wars characters is Lando Calrissian. What does that tell you? Nothing. Favorite sports players? Well, Michael Jordan. Favorite musician when I was younger? Michael Jackson. I mean, how did I identify with them? How did I allow them to rise to a pedestal of influence in my life? It wasn't because they were scraps, right? But anyway, so the opening weekend of Hogwarts Legacy is coming into focus. Well, let me tell you. It's a monster. As the game angles to be one of the top selling titles of the year, it probably will be. They're saying Call of Duty is going to do well, and of course it is. Diablo 4, I think that thing's going to flop, just my opinion. But anyway, Warner Brothers is likely still collecting numbers for a big announcement. We can already see some pretty wild statistics for the game. On early access launch, Hogwarts Legacy broke records for the most. You know what? I have my story on the wrong side of the screen. I just realized that. Sorry, guys. Hang on a second. To restructure everything so I'm reading this properly. It looks weird when I'm not, huh? All right, there we go. Some players are watching the game. Some were mainly looking for Twitch drops, and this is true. Last week, the Steam global sellers chart list for 4 different SKUs. That's SKUs. Those are individual types or styles of the game. So whether you got the regular version, the deluxe version, the collector's edition, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, taking up all of the top spots. 2 regular versions, 2 digital deluxe versions, split by pre-orders and live purchases. So there you go. Hogwarts Legacy peaked at 879,308 players on Steam on Sunday, behind only Cyberpunk 2077 for the most concurrent for a single player game. That's right. And you know what? I'm going to be playing Hogwarts Legacy all the way through on my gaming channel. And then I'm going to alternate between it and Cyberpunk because those are the 2 most interesting games to me right now. So, and continuing on here, it says it's that last stat that's probably worth taking a look at if we're trying to measure sales here and predict how the rest of the year might go for Hogwarts Legacy. Cyberpunk 2077 started out an initial mega burst of sales that resulted in those sky-high numbers, which had the game go on to sell 13.7 million copies in its first 3 weeks. However, due to the disastrous console release that followed, which resulted in the game being stripped down from the PS Store for 6 months, sales cratered after that. It took until September of 2022, yada, yada, yada. But given that Hogwarts Legacy has no attached bug performance-based controversies like that, we shouldn't see as a major sales drop-off. No, you're not going to. Elden Ring could also prove to be a similar blueprint. The last we heard, Elden Ring sold 17.5 million copies in 8 months. That's pretty good. It was made by From Software. It's really hard. I'm not interested in it. I don't like the mechanics. Believe it or not, Hogwarts Legacy has some familiar and similar mechanics. I'm not a fan of that. You know, you constantly have to like feint, block, roll, dodge crap. Don't like it, but some people do. Anyway, however, it doesn't seem like the strength of the Harry Potter brand may be able to make up the difference there. There you go. It does seem, excuse me. In all, I would predict at least 10 million in sales in the initial launch period here, 20 million sales by the end of the year. And I think that's probably right. So I'm curious what you guys think. I don't know. Have many of you played this game yet? I'm curious. Let's take a look at what you guys are saying. Sorry, guys. Mrs. Boss likes it when culture goes the extra mile. Indeed. Well, it is Valentine's Day. The Steam Deck runs on, it does run on a version of Linux. Proton, I think we're on Proton 7 now. I could be wrong. I don't know a lot about Linux releases anymore. I used to use Red Hat way back in the day. I was trying to scroll through your comments. Hey, what's going on, Biggles? Oh, another long 6 minutes. That's right. Six says, I probably would have bought the game eventually, but I pre-ordered the deluxe edition because of the haters. I think a lot of people did that. You know, I was intrigued by the idea of the game from the beginning, especially after I started to see some of the demo gameplay. I was like, wow, that looks like it's going to be pretty good. So I got the deluxe. And I'm not disappointed. It really is good. Ruben Christopher Haynes says, I just purchased the game today. It's an early birthday gift. Well, happy birthday to you. Hopefully we can get Bat Tom to sing to you on your birthday. Ruben. Hey, Michael Weinfertner. Good to see you. Let's see. Yeah, Time Prophet says, I read all the Harry Potter books and the movies. So I have no interest in getting the game. The game looks great, though, man. Yeah, and you're right. Lando is not gay. This is true. Yeah. Union of Amber Strategist says, I think I'll warm some tea. I had tea last night before bed. You know that sleepy time tea? Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. Hey, Maggie. Is it just me, or is Culture drinking more water during his dry month? Dude, between that, water and coffee. Coffee is life right now. Plus, water is really good for your cells. Water works at a cellular level, kids. It's good for you. Good for you. I do need twice as much water to keep going. That's right. Let's see. Midnight Mike is here. What's going on? It still has the older consoles to come out on too, so it's going to get another little bump in sales here and there. You're right, Midnight Mike. Very, very good point, my friend. Thank you. Biggle says, I'll wait till it becomes half off or on Game Pass. No interest in it, but Chunk keeps telling me I would like it. I think you will. Hey, Grifton with Grimace. Awesome. I'm here. Hey, Culturians. I love that. That's a wonderful McDonald's reference. Hey, what's going on, SP4H? There's my gaming channel. Thank you for that, Six. But in the character creation, there's an option to make the character trans. So I didn't even see that, to be honest with you. Nor would I have cared, to be honest with you. Again, I played Cyberpunk 2077. And I thought until the end, the storyline of the trans character that's in the game was quite interesting and compelling. Of course, then they changed the dialogue, which kind of frustrated me. So I just skipped that. You don't have to play that mission. And I forget her name, but it's a weirdness. So they didn't have to change it. Yeah, the salt has been glorious, Dragon Master 360, indeed. Curtis, I identify as a meat popsicle. That's right. Make sure you put your hands in those circles, otherwise things could go badly. We should start a new culture drinking game. When he drinks, we drink. Hey, I'm just trying to keep my voice working, folks. Scott Cook says, I'll get the game, but after it goes on sale. Wife wants it. Yeah, the boss thought it was cool as heck, let me tell you. You're right, Sean. I think normies are going to buy this game regardless, and that's a good thing, to be honest with you. It's a good game. Pinochet's Helicopter says, I've played it. It's open world RPG, a lot like Horizon Zero Dawn and God of War or Assassin's Creed. Breath of the Wild. It's a bit more depth. Yeah. Actually, you have kind of a similar take to what Paul Shadow seems to have. I mean, he really enjoyed Breath of the Wild. I think Breath of the Wild's a blast. Looking forward to Breath of the Wild too, to be honest with you. Combat abilities were easier to swap between. Yeah, I don't really like the way the menu works. I don't think it would be any easier on the keyboard and mouse side. By the way, I hate that. I know a lot of people when they're master PC race, when they master race PC gaming or whatever, PC master race. That's what they say. I don't get into that with the keyboard and mouse. I'm a game. I need a controller. I used to. I mean, for like World of Warcraft and stuff like that. Obviously, I used to have one of those Nostromo N65 game pads, which worked really well for World of Warcraft, especially since you could set up some macros and stuff. But no, I wonder what that gamepad is. I think I gave it to a family member. Anyway, let's see. Logic Finance says, I always see the term normie. What exactly is that? Define the term, please. Thanks in advance. Normie, people who aren't nearly as engaged in the things that we are here in our sphere for the most part. People who don't like pay very close attention, don't read in depth on, entertainment, whether it be gaming or cinema or television. They don't care who the director of something is or who the writer of something else is or what the publisher is of a particular game or whatnot. So it's people who just take in superficially what's being presented. But to be fair, that term is becoming less and less applicable because more people are becoming educated because of the culture war that we've been engaged in, whether or not we wanted to be or not. So, hey, what's going on, Jerry? What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Morgan King says, I bought the PS4 game because of the haters. I bought the Steam game and I have been playing it and streaming it too. Awesome, Morgan King. Check out Morgan King doing some good stuff there. You had a crash, Jerry. That's a bummer. I haven't yet. I have heard there have been a few here and there, but we'll see. Yep, the Fifth Element. That's right. Dave G Sound is here. What's up, Dave G? Hey, what's going on, Rambam? PC Master Race. Let's go. There you go. Horny House is holding off the game for now, but I'll get it eventually. Cool. I've got too much I'm playing right now. I've played through Cyberpunk a few times. I'm playing it on my gaming channels, relaxing because I played it so much. But this is good stuff. Oh, I do use a controller on PC. It is right here. So, yeah, one of like many. I've got like a billion. When I was playing Madden like a maniac, I have a ton of football controllers with different teams and stuff. So, yeah, crazy. What's up, Mute Bam Hammer? I didn't miss the 6 daily. Yeah, no. We're going long. There's 70 of you here. It's fine. Thanks for being here, everybody. I appreciate you. Xbox is fantastic with a PC. That's what that is. I've got many of them, like you said. Xbox 360 controllers are great. PC gamepad works good. I know that our friend Low Spec Linux Laptop has one of those amazing trackball controller things. I forget what they're called, but he actually like custom built one, I think, or rebuilt one. Very cool. I feel like that was a good description of normies, to be fair. Hey, Filiato is here. What's going on? But look, I mean, ultimately, this game, for whatever it's worth, is a high quality game. It was well made. Avalanche did a good job. This is the biggest game they've ever made. Structurally, so far, it is well designed. The tutorial is very subtle. And it did take me a few times to master the mechanic of the block, which I think the block sucks rocks. But at least you get a little warning symbol that pops up, this little diamond incantation thing that pops up. I just don't like that, and I think it I mean, it is what it is. So, Steven, have a good day, my friend. This is how we win. I agree. Hey, 11 Alphas here saying people are nerds for things they really like. There you go. And normies for most everything else. Exactly. Yeah. Most people in this space are normies when it comes to war movies, while most war movies drive me batty. Well, yeah. A lot of people don't like the details that get wrong in something that they're very familiar with. And that happens in all kinds of entertainment. Let's see. Shrap3 says, yeah, 175 hours into Xenoblade 2. Yeah, that's right. And Tears of the Kingdom on Horizon. No time to play, even if I wanted to, which I don't. Well, there you go. Yeah. You can't find my DIY channel. That's weird. It's still there. Just rename it to the 60-minute daily. I can't. Maybe when the clock changes, I can like kick it into an hour earlier. That way, if I were going to do this 5 days a week, I would be happy to, but I'd have to move it an hour earlier than it is because of Midnight's Edge in the morning. I'm never going to conflict with that because I love being on that show. So let's see. Oh no, the question was perfectly fine. Logic's finest. In fact, I love answering that. I mean, if I feel like I can give some kind of a decent response to something, I like to answer it. Otherwise, I'm just going to say I don't know. But at least when it comes to normies, there are a lot of people that just aren't engaged particularly deeply in the subjects that they appreciate and enjoy, which is why superhero films, a lot of people don't even notice all the problems and continuity errors and a lot of the things that Marvel's put out recently. And then there's me and other people like me. And then you have Tom, who has an encyclopedic knowledge of who made what film when. I can't believe it that he's so accurate on the years things come out. It's amazing. It's an all right game from the various playthroughs I've seen. Yeah, Philly Out, I've enjoyed it a lot. Oh, yeah, there we go. I got an arcade machine trackball, Centipede replacement with the USB PS2 interface. There you go. You guys should check it out. I think you have that up on your channel, right? How you built it and everything. I think you do. I remember watching something about that. Let's see. Macro keyboards went away from WoW when Blizzard banned third-party software running in the background. My old Logitech 510 keyboard was a blast. Oh, well. That Nostromo gamepad, for whatever reason, I never had any trouble. Although I did quit playing WoW quite a while ago. So there you are. There we go. I do want to make another Panther XL clone. Yeah, you should. Okay, so I remember playing Shadow of Mordor or something. I think it was a Lord of the Rings game. Really didn't enjoy it. Didn't think it was well built. Didn't like the interface, and the interaction with it was very clunky. So there you go. Wow, we're talking about the game detail stuff, not the whole thing. Judicon, what is up, my friend? Hope you're doing well. It's pretty apparent with Ezra. Guy's a nut job. Most people don't know that he existed until the Super Bowl. Well, there you go. You guys are talking about, the Flash. Yeah. Most people don't know the stuff that we know about Ezra's background and everything. And you know what? It's fine. AJ speaks. I'm a soap and bath bomb nerd. Well, there you go. VA normie on most other things. Well, there you go. There it is. Hey, Morse code's here. What is up, Brandon? What's going on? I didn't like Shadow of Mordor. No, thought it was clunky. I know you game. This is a guy you should check out, man. This is the gamer right here. He's also very well informed on many, many things. Good to see you, Brandon. Thanks for popping in, bro. What's up with Tom picking on you? It's fine. Tom and I are buddies. You guys have no idea. I mean, we talk a lot when we're not on streams together. Yeah, nah, we're very, very good friends. I'll believe me. I'll give as good as I get. Every once in a while, I smack Tom with something, but it's fine. In our, don't sweat that. I heard about this. You can mod Skyrim with mods to create the Wizarding World, like Harry Potter. That's true. Jerry didn't watch the Super Bowl. Not a lot of people. 113 million people did, but not me. Not me. Yeah, there you go. See, I really didn't enjoy Shadow of Mordor, but that's weird. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Low Spec's going to be uploading Star Wars Dark Forces vids today. That's cool. Oh, that's a good idea. I would love to be able to give all of the ladies a chocolate rose. That's one of the reasons I really enjoy Valentine's Day. The relationship that it has with chocolate. Like chocolate. Big fan. Yeah. What I don't understand is everything else that's happening in the world. And I need to steer away from this particular subject because we have something I want to talk about, and I'm glad that Brandon's here and a few other people. I'm not real thrilled with what's happening in Ohio and the lack of coverage. I'm not saying there hasn't been any by the mainstream, because there has to a certain extent. But I mean, and this is coming from an authoritative source, YouTube, so I'm not making anything up. Okay. But I'm very, very bothered. That we're not having a conversation about the fact that vinyl chloride, amongst other things, is leaching into the environment with nary a response or a concern or even clear delineated information or instruction. This is a catastrophic event. You can see all the videos coming out of TikTok. You can see them coming out of many places. But Ohio residents are fear. And again, this is an authoritative source. This is Fox, right?
Well, I was going to say,
Ohio residents fear train derailment, poison the air, ground, and report animals dying.
I know you're worried there could be
we've seen evidence of that all over social media. The things that were happening around this particular event seem sus at best. Ohio residents report a foul smell. No kidding. Headaches. No kidding. Sick and dying animals near the site of the toxic chemical burn to clean up the train accident. They blew this up on purpose, folks, just so they could clear the rail lines. I mean, let's be fair. Officials say it is safe for residents in and around East Palestine, Ohio. I doubt it. Seriously. But again, I guess I'm going to have to bring in a hazmat expert to come and explain all the different chemicals, because it wasn't just the vinyl chloride. Okay. So they're saying that you could return home. You can return home. However, the EPA has warned contaminated soil may not have been disposed of properly. Well, how widespread is that? What did creating an aerosolized version of this do? What, if any, of the protocols that are required to deal with these things, according to their hazardous materials safety data sheets? Did you follow any of those regulations that you put in place in the first place, or had a hand in EPA from the material data safety sheets? Did any of those things? Did you follow any of those rules? So a broken axle on the train sent nearly 50 train cars, including 10 carrying vinyl chloride, spiraling off the tracks on February 3rd. No one was injured, but hazardous chemicals spilled onto the ground. 3 days later, residents were ordered to evacuate. evacuated while Ohio officials executed a controlled release of vinyl chloride to prevent an explosion because the container was swelling, which sent thick clouds of poisonous smoke billowing into the air. Well, at least they've described it properly. Poisonous smoke. Anyway, what am I missing? What happened? You can't hear me? What happened? You no longer could hear me? Oh, was there audio? I don't. There's no audio or video on my side of the thing, guys. Well, that's terrible. Well, probably going to get a claim for that. Sorry. Oh, all right. How long was that for? I don't even know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Sorry, guys. I just couldn't. The chat wasn't scrolling anymore on my side, so I apologize. So anyway, Taylor Holzer, who operates a dairy farm just outside of the EV zone, told WKBN that several foxes he keeps have puffy and swollen faces, and one even got sick and died. So this is what it looked like. Out of nowhere, he just started okay. All right. So, okay, he's talking about the fox still. Out of nowhere, he just started coughing really hard, just shut down, and he had liquid diarrhea and then just went very fast. Well, I bet. So the EPA, Ohio Department of Natural Resources, and other agencies are working with the train company, Norfolk Southern, and there's your villain, everyone, to monitor the fallout from the accident. In a letter, sent on February 10th, the EPA informed Norfolk Southern the company bore liability for cleanup and warned some contaminated soil was not disposed of correctly. Yes, pretty much the entire Ohio River Valley. You aerosolize this shit. And I just cursed on my channel, which I don't do. So anyway, 5 rail car tankers of vinyl chloride were intentionally breached. It was diverted and evacuated into a trench and then burned off. There it is. You see that, right? You see that metal there? Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Booty Gig, this Booty Gig dude who only has this job because of his diversity bologna sausage, whatever that happens to be. Yeah, he took to Twitter. Instead of addressing this massive failure, environmental catastrophe, disaster during a press conference, he went to Twitter to talk about it. So the company has continued to coordinate the response not very well with federal and state agencies and pledged more than $1 million to assist impacted families. You realize how many terrible things are going to happen in this area for a very long period of time that this Norfolk Southern group of people are responsible for? Not to mention the fact that the railroads have been running on skeleton crews for a very, very long time because they weren't allowed to strike because of the current administration, because of some of the issues like, well, being understaffed, being overworked, all of the other things that came along with the quiet quitting and the actual quitting that pretty much every agency, or I should say every business suffered under the yoke of this current administration. I know people in Ohio. I have very close friends in Ohio. I have friends who have family in Ohio. Very close to this. Not only that, how many other rail derailments have we suffered over the course of the last week? There's 2 that I know of. How many more ways to poison us could possibly occur because of the piss poor management by these people? Where are the climate change management folks at for this? Where are they? Oh, I know it gets into the water. The water goes everywhere. The Ohio River Valley, 8 states. I think people are referring in the chat to phosgene gas. I can't speak to that. And I haven't seen anything I can grab from a authoritative source that will be safe to put up about it. So you have lots of people reporting things anecdotally. Let's get back to it, in fact. You see here, Amanda Brashears, a resident of North Lima, which is 10 miles away from the derailment site, said all of the chickens she kept died. My video camera footage shows my chickens were perfectly fine before they started this burn, and as soon as they started the burn, they went down. If this can do this to chickens in one night, imagine what it's going to do to us in 20 years. That's somebody who's paying attention. Nathan Velez told Jesse Waters Primetime Money he's come down with a persisting headache. No kidding. He says, my house is just across the tracks. Dude, it smells too. And you can't spend a lot of time here without feeling like crap. And my question is why? If it's okay, if it's safe, and all these people are saying it's safe, if it's so safe, then okay, why does it hurt? Dude, get away from there. Numerous videos posted on social media by local residents show workers retrieving dead fish from local rivers and streams. Officials estimated February 8th that there were 3,500 fish killed in the aftermath of the accident. That was on the 8th. I wonder how many it is now. JD Vance, that was, by the way, excellent. His rant against us said Money's horrified by the anecdotes that he's heard from residents and urged anyone with credible reports of environmental harms to contact his office. Washington Examiner has a pretty in detail article about what JD Vance said, because this is very, very toned down. I'm tired of this. We are at odds with the actual elements of our government, these so-called institutions, when it comes to this stuff. It's infuriating. I know they probably touched on it last night on Yelling at Parked Cars Over with Comics Division, but fortunately I was not able to attend that particular show, which is one of my favorite to be on. But this stuff is bananas, bonkers, being completely ignored. People are putting their head in the sand. Or they're just completely uninformed about it because it's barely being touched upon. Pinochet's helicopter tours for $2 says it has a very similar similarities to the plot of Atlas Shrugged. Kinda. I see what you're saying. This is very similar to that, Sean Mountain. I'm going to just say it that way. Maybe you don't want me to, but Sean Mountain, I like it. Yeah. My family is in Dayton, and I'm begging them to get out. AJ, that's good. Good. Just take a break. Go on vacation. Mental health days, whatever it takes. Just get away from there for a while. I hope 206 miles is far enough away from this. Ram Bam, I hope it is too. Unfortunately, water goes everywhere. Think about how this could contaminate the groundwater, not the rivers. What about if it gets down into the water table, which it will? Think about all the Superfund sites that had to be cleaned up. This is that times 100, if not more. Low Spec says there's about 3 derailments every day that we don't hear about. Now we're hearing about the ones that have chemicals now. By the way, if you've ever traveled by train, which I have, coast to coast, essentially, on more than one occasion, actually, you get pulled over for freight all the time if you're in a passenger train. It's why you never count on what Amtrak tells you it's going to take to get from point A to point B, because it's never is right. Because they pull off for the freight. Freight takes precedent over passengers, despite how much you pay. That's why freight has to be underwritten by the government. That's why Amtrak has to be underwritten by the government, because otherwise nobody would use it for passenger purposes. If you have plenty of time, it's kind of fun. But if you don't, no. Well, no, it's actually causing climate change, 6. Or it's environmental change, anyway. Yeah, it's very strange. Somebody was commenting on this, and I'm not going to add to any kind of a conspiracy theory. I'm just going to say it's kind of odd that a bunch of countries closed their embassies in Turkey and fled prior to these events. Very, very strange. Strange timing. But coincidences happen every day. I think that's probably a correct statement. Under the previous administration, you probably would have had this widely covered. Ecological disaster is correct. Zombie Box Reviews. How's it going, my friend? Check out Zombie Box Reviews, everybody. For £2 sterling. Thank you for the super sticker, my friend. Hey, what's going on? Rick says, yep, there can be extended bad effects from this whole deal. And there will be. Believe me, there are people that consider this a power line thing that happened. I mean, we didn't know the effects. Now we know the effects of electromagnetism for extended period of times on populations. We now know the extended effects of chemical pollution in various forms and fashions through water. This is like making Ohio Flint, Michigan, folks. This is what this is. You're making the whole state the equivalent of a terrible state, Michigan. And that's specific, and the water quality in Flint specifically. Yep, I'm still going, Jesse. This is a bonus time on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So Drew needs to be very careful. Breathing this can be bad. Some of the effects of vinyl chloride are not great, as described by professionals on newscasts that are authoritative sources, talking about issues with kidneys and livers and things like that associated with vinyl chloride. It's not the only thing that's there, kids. There were other chemical containers. Okay? I am very familiar with Chernobyl Heart. Jim Watari, thank you for the $20 super chat. I appreciate that. Thanks for staying on and covering this. Look, this is frustrating to me. You're going to have farmland contamination, all kinds of other issues. You know what fallout is. Everybody does. Just because you burn something up doesn't solve the whole problem. And once again, thank you, Jim, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Ruben Christopher Haynes, been a member for 15 months, sends me a member chat. It says, Congress shall make no laws prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech, press, assembly, and the petition of the government for redress of grievances. I'm done. I have grievance. Treaties incoming. There you go. Thank you for that. Mr. Drow says, I would never live in that town again. No. No. Zombie boxes. I missed most of the stream, so I don't know what has happened. Well, I do bonus time. I'm going to be doing bonus time on Tuesdays and Thursdays to talk about some things that are out there. Right? I am. It's very suspect that the EPA hasn't released any official statements concerning the Ohio disaster. Maybe they have. I just haven't seen them, Judicon. And, I'll plead ignorance when it comes to that. Let's see. EPA statement. See, I can look this up. Ohio EPA mission. Nope. Ohio EPA statement on train derailment. Oh, this is a fun story. This is from the EPA. So we can talk about it. Ready? This should be fun. Okay, not, but present, share screen. All right, here we go. So the EPA identifies, now you guys aren't hearing that, right? I successfully made that mute, correct? I hope. EPA identifies additional chemicals, carcinogens, released in the East Palestine train derailment. That's muted, right? Yeah. So, WHIO staff. New details have been unveiled about the train derailment in East Palestine. The EPA has identified 3 more chemicals that were on the Norfolk Southern train that derailed just over a week ago. 1, vinyl chloride is a carcinogen and can cause burning and irritation to the skin and eyes, and probably any other mucous membrane in your body. Again, material data safety sheets, you can find those anywhere about all of this stuff. The hazardous materials specialist said that it is possible some of these chemicals could be in homes and on objects around the city. No crap. We basically, whoa, this is interesting. This is from a person. I am not saying this YouTube. In quotes, We basically nuked a town with chemicals so we could get a railroad open. I was surprised when they quickly told people they can go back to their home, but then said if they want their homes tested, they can have them tested. I would have far rather they did all the testing. Silvero Caggiano, administrative deputy. This is from an administrative deputy chief of the Mahoning County Hazardous Materials Response Agency said, okay, quote from an official, somebody who probably knows. The East Palestine Water and Wastewater Department said that it will continue testing the water later this week. Good Lord. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Have you ever seen a tire fire? You ever seen a tire fire? This looks like a tire fire. You can always tell brown smoke is usually structural. Black smoke is usually chemical. Just consider that. Usually oil-based, by the way, petroleum-based. Look at that. Yeah. By the way, what do you think's floating up there in that smoke? Yeah, I'd be farther away than that, guys. You can have a lot of really sick people in the next few months. A lot. Look at that. I wouldn't be anywhere near there. I wouldn't even be that close. I wouldn't be that close. Sorry, little upset, guys. Little upset. Yeah, and lungs, no kidding. This stuff gets my blood boiling. Can you tell? Bamagrad for $5 says, where are all those environmental zealots? Why are we suddenly silent when a real environmental disaster happens? Their silence is deafening. I could not have said this better myself, Bamagrad. Thanks for being here, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Think about you all the time. I know you're getting ready to go on another adventure, so you'll have to keep me informed how that goes, my friend. Yeah. Culture Casino Logic Finance says the EPA told us the air was clean at ground zero and to keep working. Asbestos removal on one of the towers was never completed, wasn't even started. Christy Todd Whitman lied. They always lie. They always lie. See, the problem with asbestos was its frangibility, right? If it didn't eventually degrade and essentially allow for the airborne release of its materials through the air, if that never happened and they had done buildings like that properly, the steel would not have melted. Most people don't realize that asbestos is used as a fire preventative measure. I can't even say the word that is proper here that starts with an R, because then people will get upset. But it starts with the R word. It ends in dent. But anyway, it when it's properly used on steel, it prevents things like steel from melting, amongst other things. It prevents fire spread and other catastrophes like what happened. But I don't want to get too deeply into that. But they always lie. They always lie. Yeah, he's getting fired. That's right, Six. You tell the truth, you get fired. Yeah, the fact that I can't talk about this, and this person can't either. is disgusting. The fact that they're not talking about it all. Man, I'm crazy upset. Yeah, I hope you do, Ruben. I hope you do. Yeah, tire fires do burn your eyes. Indeed, Jerry. This looks much worse than tires. It does. It does. And it is. I'm just saying, when you look at it, that's what it is. Yep. Hydrochloric acid. Boom. That's not good for you. What's up, Green Rocks? No Green Rock says green smoke means I had tacos last night. Very good. Yep. Catastrophe indeed. And again, done to clear the rails. It's major farm country indeed. Indeed. What's up? Matt Fury says, no doubt was chemicals and even hazardous materials on the train. They often do haul those. Has been common knowledge for decades. I agree with you. I agree with you. What I really don't enjoy is the fact that a lot of our hazardous chemicals are coming from other countries at this point. I'm upset. Sorry, guys. Hey, Barney Feist here with his one bullet. What's going on? The Japanese nuclear reactor meltdown from the tsunami damage. Yep. Contaminated fish were found in fish caught from the coast of Seattle a few years later. I bet. Hey, what's going on? Mexican Iron Man is here for $4.99. Says, welcome to a new show, Mexican Culture Casino, featuring our guest host. Well, thank you, my friend. What's up, Mike? They have been a little schizophrenic over many issues, right? The EPA, inconsistent with their policies, indeed. Yep, Tuesday tirade a little later today. Oh, in fact, we're going to have to wrap this show up here in a minute. Yeah, burning tires is unique. It makes night vision ineffective. That's right. Hey, TZ Bird, good to see you. Ah, that's right. Mead radio time. Okay, all right. Hurry. He's telling me to hurry up. Hurry up. Okay, just a minute. Just a minute. When is the show? You keep changing the time. Just look at the... Tom, it's on the channel. Look at the channel. All right. All right. Look, 6 Minute Daily went a little longer than it's supposed to. I'm glad. You guys make it worth doing, and I appreciate it. So Tuesdays and Thursdays will be going a little bit longer, maybe not quite this long. Again, didn't anticipate going an hour over. We just need to absolutely just pray for everybody that's in Ohio, like our good friend Justin Proper here. He lives in Ohio. And I know people there. So I'm not a fan of the lack of transparency. This could cause so many terrible effects over time. Scary stuff. But as of now, I'm fine. Well, I'm glad, Justin. You know me. Worry about everybody. I'm going to keep spreading the word, Mr. Drow. I will. By the way, I'm being punished by YouTube. My videos are not finding the recommend page at all. So it's okay. I have all of you. So if you are liking what is being done here on the channel, please share it out. Your next stop, hopefully, is over on Mead Radio. Hang out with Tom over there until it's time to go with the Tuesday tirade. And then I think Mr. H after that, Tom. I'm sure you'll tell me. Anyway, you guys are incredible. I appreciate each and every one of you. I know I say that, but I truly mean it. I'll end the video or this live stream the same way I always do. I'm even going to give you the see ya at the end. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, see ya!